Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mysteries Unknown, coming from a cop's perspective, where we talk about things in the universe that we just might not understand. But today I've got a really cool topic, something that is very interesting to me, and I think a lot of people out there, and that's the Nephilim. And you might be asking, what is the Nephilim? But today we're going to dive into that in this episode and just see what the Bible says about it, because that's a really interesting topic to me. And there's a lot of people out there that maybe don't believe in the Nephilim, but it's in the Bible. It's named specifically, and so let's just go right to Genesis because that's where it starts at. It's Genesis chapter 6. It says, starting in verse 3, the Lord said, "My spirit will not continue with humans forever, for they are mortal. Their days will be 120 years. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterwards. And the sons of God went to the daughters of humans and had children with them. They were heroes of old, men of renown." So to me, that's really interesting. And people say, well, the Bible's just really boring. And I don't think so. I used to think that. But there's so many cool things in there that we don't understand. And you might be saying, well, how do we know that that's true? Because it doesn't say a whole lot of things about the Nephilim. I think it's mentioned maybe just a handful of scriptures, but the Bible sometimes doesn't say anything about such subjects or places or things that happen. There's no way that it could, right? Because there's so much history in that. But anyways, so the Nephilim, basically, you have the fallen angels that got cast out of heaven and came down, and they saw that the women on earth were beautiful. And so there's kind of a debate in this world whether they took them and they forced them, or if they actually married them. And so, we're kind of dive into some things, but one of the things that is very interesting to me, and this is kind of what I believe, and this is just my opinion. I think that if you trace it back, a lot of people ask where demonic presence come from, and some people think that it is the actual fallen angels. But here's what really changed my mind about that: is a fallen angel has an angelic body. A demonic presence does not have a body. It is an unbodied spirit. And that's why you have possession and things like that. And so to me, it doesn't make sense that a fallen angel would be a demon, right? I think they're two separate things. And I'll tell you why. The reason I think that is because I think that after the flood, when the Nephilim was destroyed, which was the descendants of these fallen angels that had, that came and lay with the daughters of men, I really believe that after their body was gone, that the demonic spirits are the spirits of the Nephilim because they're disembodied, right? And they don't have a place in God's universe. And I think that this goes back to Satan's corruption of the human race, because we all know that Jesus was the pure, uh, he's the Son of God. And is Satan, if he could come and basically destroy that bloodline, right? And destroy that plan, because he's always trying to destroy God's plan because he hates God. Well, then that would make sense. If he could corrupt the DNA of humans, then there wouldn't have been a Jesus, right? Like that. I think that was his plan from all along. Because remember, Satan can't create anything, but he can corrupt. And so that's kind of what I think. And I think that that's one of those topics that's just always fascinated me, and just really thought that was neat. Anyways, I would love to hear in your comments what you think that the Nephilim are. And, because it makes sense to me, because if you look at a demon, they're always trying to possess a body because they don't have one. And it would make sense to me that why would they want that if they've never experienced it, right? But they had a body at one point in time. The Bible says they were mighty men of valor. They were strong. They were huge, tall, and they had all these human experiences. And so they're just longing for that. That's what I believe. I believe that that's what they do, and they're corrupt. But I don't think that the fallen angels are demonic presences, because it just doesn't make sense to me after realizing that they have an angelic body. But I would love to hear your thoughts. If you have a story or something that ties into that, would love to hear from you. Comment down below, put your Gmail address or your email address on there. We'll reach out to you and love to have you on the show. But that's all I got this time. Just kind of wanted to have a short talk over that topic. So we'll see you in the next video. Peace.